Cancer and Libra compatibility. Cancer has long been stereotyped as an introvert by astrologers, but there is a grain of truth to it. Many times, there is more than a grain of truth to it. Cancers are crabs who employ their wonderfully offbeat humor to put on a performance for friends and family. However, even the most extroverted Cancers are shy about sharing their immense emotional depth. They also have deeply rooted family values and rarely prefer to be alone over creating a home with a special partner. Cancers are peer-oriented and happiest in a family setting. Hello Cosmic Fam, welcome to Astrology Experts. In this video series, we've analyzed zodiac sign combinations and their compatibility. Let's find out why some people are drawn to or are magnetized by each other and some just naturally repel. Why is that? Good thing we can always ask the stars. Make sure to watch all the way till the end. Emotions and values. Libras can be freedom-loving and more cerebral than emotional. Still, Venus softens the scales considerably, and most of them are poetic souls. Instinctive Cancer senses this immediately and wants to get to know Libra. Their differences become more apparent as their relationship or friendship grows closer. Compatibility rating 5 out of 10. Friendships. Cancers and Libras are often brought together by mutual love of visual arts, music, literature, or other art form they both take pleasure in. The Cancerial emotional depth makes self-expression vital for crabs, and they often find an artistic outlet. Cancers are powerfully drawn to Libra's softness of being, sophisticated aesthetic, and refined taste and sensibilities. It's easy to see how they might meet in any art gallery, museum, poetry reading, acting class, or any creative setting. Once they get to know each other, Cancer might feel that Libra doesn't understand his or her emotional depths, and is always rationalizing love and other matters of the heart. That's because Libra lives in the air element, and air always finds the freedom to fly over troubled waters. Cancer lives in his or her emotional depths. They need a hand when drowning. After a while, Cancers discover that Libras are actually very good at pulling the crabs' heads above water and even occasionally sweeping them into the clouds. At the same time, despite being ruled by the cycles of the moon, Cancer can be a grounding force for Libra. However, if these two escalate their friendship into romance or emotional intimacy, Libras will have to dedicate a lot of time, effort, and love to make Cancers let down their guards. Compatibility rating 6 out of 10. Relationships. Compromise is the cornerstone of a harmonious relationship between Cancer and Libra. Libra is a romantic idealist and is immediately attracted to Cancer's emotional sensitivity. Love brings out a beautiful tenderness, and even the moodiest, most melancholic Cancers. Libras are ruled by Venus, the planet of love, beauty, pleasure, and comfort. This is everything Cancers embody at first sight for Libra, and well into the future if they can assimilate to each other's significantly different emotional makeups. Libra is an air sign ruled by positive masculine forces, which means that Libras tend to be idealistic and err on the optimistic side. Like all of the air signs, even the most emotional scales people rely more on logic than instinct when making major life decisions. And for Libras, deciding what cereal to have in the morning can be a major life decision. Cancer's bouts of pessimism are matched only by Capricorns, Virgos, and sometimes Scorpios. Unlike Libra, Cancers don't just think pessimistically during low moods, but feel that they're doomed. They can't explain these emotions away with logic as Libra might. Libras are almost compulsory about categorizing and analyzing emotions. Unlike Geminis, they're not content to live with duality. They want to restore a sense of balance and order to life. The good news for Cancers involved with Libras is this. Libra people are softened by Venus's influence, which means they often sugarcoat the harsh truths or expectations they feed their Cancerian lovers, or any other lovers for that matter. Although they may resist it at first, all Cancers could use a healthy dose of Libran comfort and optimism. Since Libras need harmony in their living spaces, they're thrown off balance when the gloomy Cancer is dampening the atmosphere with the threat of a storm. If we're talking about a typical Libra, he or she has scented the air with lavender, set fresh roses on the kitchen table, and polish the special china they will eat with. Libras prefer to dance on delicate, fairy-like feet over beautiful surfaces of things. As an air sign, Scales people don't easily welcome darker, heavier energies into their living spaces. Still, if Libra makes Cancer feel safe and secure, the depth and loyalty of Cancerian love is unmatched. Compatibility rating 5 out of 10. Marriage. Before Cancer and Libra get married, they need to understand one primary elemental difference between them. Just as air seeks freedom to spread out among the clouds, Libra also needs his own space in any relationship. If Libra is dealing with an emotionally insecure Cancer, they will very likely feel smothered by the crab's possessiveness. However, there is a solution for this, and it's easier than one might imagine. Libra might say something like, "Yes, I need some time alone in my thoughts during the day, but absence only makes the heart grow fonder, you know?" He or she should begin this proclamation of devotion with a deep kiss and cement it with a true compliment, one which comes from the heart. Both Cancers and Libras are cardinal leadership signs. No matter how passive or sentimental Cancer seems on the surface, this inner tenacity is a force to be reckoned with. No matter how dazzling and angelic Libra's demeanor, this person is not passive underneath. Interestingly, the cardinal status of Scales people is expressed rather passively, more than any other sign. Libra subscribe to the saying, "You catch more flies with honey than vinegar." Even when Cancer has sunken into a deep down depression with the waning of the moon, Libra's charm, lightness of heart, and air of docility is uplifting for the crabs. Compatibility rating 6 out of 10. Hey stars, let us know what you think of today's video. We'd really love it if you share your experiences to us and everyone watching this. If you're an introvert, even online, that's fine too. You can always privately send and share this to your star peoples. Before we proceed, hit that like button so we'll know that you enjoy watching videos like these from us. Communication. Eventually, a curious thing happens between them. Over a long stretch of time, Libra's optimism will eventually lift Cancer's spirits and instill more hope in the crab. By the same token, Libra will unwrap the layers of guarded pessimism that surround Cancer and uncover a hidden gem, Cancer's wisdom and clairsentience, which helps Libra to make more sensible and less naive decisions. The natural evolution of their natures is not by any means a magical formula. Childhood experiences hold more weight with sensitive crabs than with any other sign, except perhaps Capricorns. If they were mistreated, they may be plagued with a pervasive sense of fear of abandonment. Libra is not a partner who readily fosters codependency, and in this case, the Libran boundaries can be a good thing. However, Libra should always make sure to openly share his love and affection to Cancer. Otherwise, the crab will doubt it and fall into stagnation or a deep depression. Compatibility rating 5 out of 10. Sex and intimacy. Libra's poetic soul and romantic imagination are brought to life in the details of sex. For Libra, a touch speaks 1,000 words, although most Libras also use language to create a sensory experience for their lovers. Venus endows Libras with a softness of being that draws Cancer's emotional depth and sensitivity to the surface. However, in order for their sexual relationship to be fulfilling, Cancer needs to feel comfortable to let go. If he or she feels hurt, angry, or misunderstood, he can retreat into a hard shell and become sexually frigid. As long as Libra is willing to share himself intimately and absolve Cancer's fears by showering her with sincere compliments, they should come together harmoniously. Neither partner is likely to be shy about sharing their thoughts and feelings, which adds both depth and excitement to their sexual bond. Libra's imagination is never short of creative new new ways to express love. Also, Cancer is open and receptive to variety in the bedroom as long as it's all done with grace and sensitivity. And the crabs need not to worry, as things Libra does are done with grace and sensitivity. Compatibility rating 7 out of 10. Cancer and Libra compatibility pros. Libra's airy disposition and lightness of heart can have a positive impact on Cancer's mind, body, and spirit over time. Cancer delights in Libra's gentle passivity and poetic nature. Cancer's emotional sensitivity and wonderfully wacky humor fulfill Libra's romantic ideals. Cancers and Libras are both highly creative, and their relationship will always be alive with art, beauty, and probably music. Cancer and Libra compatibility cons. Libra is airy and cerebral. He or she might not give Cancer the kind of emotional intimacy crabs need to be happy in a relationship. Cancer's pessimism may bring down the freedom-loving, optimistic Libra. Libra needs harmony to survive and may be disturbed or depressed by Cancer's low moods. Cancer processes most things on an emotional level and is not always receptive to Libra's way of rationalizing matters. Summary of Cancer and Libra. Air and water often make complicated pairs. One person wants to soar above the clouds, and the other is drowning in deep waters. However, if they really care for each other, Cancers and Libras are usually able to meet each other in the middle. That's partly because they have a lot in common despite their elemental differences. It's also due to their indomitable wills when they want something, the cardinal status they both tend to conceal at the beginning of relationships. These two are highly artistic, poetic souls who add color and vibrancy to each other's lives. Their sensitivity and receptiveness make them caring friends and satisfying lovers as long as they don't allow their differences to get in the way. Overall compatibility rating 6 out of 10. We're glad you made it all the way through. You can find your zodiac compatibility here on this playlist. If you're single and don't want to mingle yet, click that subscribe button and let's work on yourself first. Come visit our website, astrologyexperts.com. Learn about zodiac signs and so much more over there. Thanks for watching and see you next time.